It's one thing for kids to take online classes at home, but are you ready to go full on and have the kids at home and homeschool them?
We have a couple of experts in homeschooling. Join us when we return.
Well, with schools around the country closed through the remainder of the year, how are parents surviving the pressure of homeschooling? Just take a look at these tweets. I'm not saying I'm going to suck at homeschooling, but my daughter just asked, Dad, what's a cinnamon? No, there, I got it wrong. And I replied, it's a spice. Have a top week, everybody. All right, then the next one. 2 weeks into homeschool, my 9-year-old has already broken the world record for the longest amount of time spent sharpening a pencil.
Well, at least they're giving us some good laughs. We're here to talk about how to keep your kids focused and ready for the next school year is actress and homeschool advocate and author of They're Your Kids, a personal journey from self-doubter to homeschool advocate, Sam Sorbo, and president of Concerned Women for America and author of Feisty and Feminine, Penny Nance. Thank you both for coming on.
Great to be here. Thanks for having us.
You bet. All right, ladies, I will tell you over the last few weeks, I have had the greatest newfound appreciation for teachers. I have always known how great they are, but I think you have two 9-year-olds at home as we do. Suddenly you realize how much these people do every day to take care of your kids and to educate them. But what advice do you have for parents that are at home and suddenly finding themselves in a situation that, frankly, they didn't plan for, which is being now a homeschooling parent? Sam, what's your piece of advice that you would share?
Well, the first thing that I would say is don't try to recreate school at home. Home education is different than school in that it's really focused on the education of the child and trying to get the child to understand their unique abilities as opposed to trying to have them fit into a system. And so with that, I encourage people to go to coronavirushomeschooling.com, which is a website where we're offering daily lesson plans for parents so we can come alongside you and help you out. And it's the soup to nuts daily lesson plan. So I like to say that all you have to add is the love. And if you're getting curricula from the schools, that's great. You can do a comparison test because we are Americans. We like choice. And so this is a great opportunity to exercise your choice.
Penny?
Well, first off, let's celebrate that there's so many more resources now than there have been in the past. I've always been a homeschool advocate, but I actually never got to be a homeschool mom because I was a self-doubter. I needed your book. But at Concerned Women for America, we have members who are all over the spectrum, moms whose kids are in public school, like my children, kids that are in private Christian school, and homeschooling moms. And so we think that it's amazing that at this opportunity, at this moment, we have many resources available actually on our website too, concernedwomen.org. We've even developed a small, short curriculum, very simple curriculum on the Constitution. So when you're kind of thinking about, oh goodness, I need a break, I need my kids to do something, here's something you can show them, let them watch and feel good about. But I love what you just said, Sam, in that homeschooling isn't a 6-hour project. When you just have 1 or 2 kids, it's not like teaching 30 kids. And then the most important thing, and I wish someone had told me this when I was a young mom, relax. The world's not going to end tomorrow. They're going to learn the letter M, I promise. You don't have to do it all perfectly. And, no, they may not learn the violin, but they're still going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So give yourself a break and give yourself permission to learn and to try to figure this out. And then just finally, let me say, there's a bunch of moms who are still trying to work and teach their kids. And we just need to try to support them in every way we can because this is a different world for everyone.
You're right. A lot of moms out there working, but I also want to say dads and parents. And, parents have been thrust into this now. And not only is their life completely changed that they're working from home, now they have their kids there. What advice are you giving to parents to tag team this as a couple and not just to go on, one parent over the other? Sam?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say that it is a group effort, right? Parenting it takes 2 parents by and large. And I know that there are a lot of single parents out there, and I know single parents who homeschool and work from home. So it's not impossible. There are ways to get around it. What people have to understand is it's not school at home. It's home education. So it's how you choose to educate your child. So Penny was saying, and by the way, go to Concerned Women and download their curriculum for teaching the Constitution. It's probably more than they'll ever get in school. So that's awesome. But you have your children at home. The school day is not an 8-hour proposition at home. And so if you want the child to learn violin, they've got a bunch of found hours during the day in which to do that. And for the parent, it's not a full-on, you're not a teacher standing at a blackboard, okay? You are guiding your child and then going and doing your work while they do theirs. And it actually helps teach boundaries and helps teach parents better how to parent their children. So it's really an opportunity to grow both sides of the equation, both the parents and the children.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, because I feel like if you're at home and you're trying to work, you're trying to figure out, how do I do my job, watch over the kids, make sure that I check their homework, which is generally speaking what you do anyway, but you've got to find that way of doing it. Penny, do you find that that parents now are thinking about homeschooling more than ever before, or saying, my goodness, I really appreciate teachers more than ever before?
Well, both. I mean, I think that there's going to be a whole new group of parents who are suddenly embracing homeschooling now that they've actually done it and tried it and understood sort of how it all works. You know, I think they see the freedom and, like, you know, that the school day is very structured. What if your kid loves dance or violin, or something that you really want them to know about, art history, the things that aren't necessarily taught in an everyday classroom? Then suddenly you have the ability to bring in a whole nother curriculum, because again, reading, writing, arithmetic is a much shorter, 2 or 3 hours a day versus 6 hours a day. And I love what you said about it is not just up to the moms, it is up to the moms and dads. And one of my friends I was talking to recently, and he was praising his wife, and I said, what are you doing? I said, you love history, teach them history, or physical education, take them outside and wear them down, run them around the yard, teach them basketball. So I am hearing a lot from parents, a lot of our members who are, they're learning and growing. Some of them think it's not for me, but many of them saying, hey, maybe this is something we could look into.
That's right. Well, thank you guys both. I really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of parents out there, including this guy, who appreciate your insight into this.
Thanks, Sean. God bless you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Coming up, we're going to bring back in our